So Night is trying to conduct an inspection on my apartment. People do inspections. I understand that. I'm not. First of all, I'm not Night no more, but it's for their voucher. It's been 3. Remember what I told you about my bathtub? And I said my bathtub is an attempt to get in my house. Didn't I say that? I said they're trying to get in my house. So they couldn't get in with that because like I said, I play motherfucking handyman. I got the work done. You get what I mean? I gets it popping. Well, anyway, round 2 is they send me a letter saying, they gotta do an inspection. So I'm saying, how you doing an inspection? I never had an inspection in 3 years. I never had an inspection in 3 years. I've been here for 3 years. Never had an inspection. So what I'm gonna let them do is, like I said, I'm gonna call them, cancel the date, and tell them to send me a notice. We're gonna go to war, meaning we're gonna go for a fair hearing. We're going to court. They can have the voucher. I'm not scared of the voucher. I see them in court. Like I said, I don't care about the apartment. I really don't. I really don't care about the apartment. So I'm going to see this complex in the courtroom. The complex want me out before my court date. Before they even try to get me in court, they want me out. They want somebody to come in my house and say this, say that, but you don't have a reason for anything. Everything, I see them in court. Like seriously, I'm gonna let them explain to them certain situations. I'm also going to write to them, I'll see you on a later date. I see you on my court date. That's when I see you, so I can express the reason why I won't allow the cops in my house. I don't know if they're really NYCHA, and I don't know if they're the police. I don't know if they're NYCHA, and I don't know who's who. I really don't. And I have to express, I don't know who you are trying to get in. The guy with the dreadlocks, that was doing my sink, fucking cop. He was under my building, under my window, talking about $5. And when I went in my mailbox, there was a letter from welfare that I owed him $5. Yeah, so I don't know who's who. Just because I receive a letter stating that they need to get in. These letters come from cops, sweetheart. Now I've been living here for 3 years. I've been on camera for 3 years, and you ain't never see an inspection in my house. Now, mind you, people do inspections. People do inspections. People do make sure everything. Am I just random? Because it's been 3 years. No, it's the cops trying to get in my house. I let them in for my bathroom. I let them in to redo my kitchen. I threw them out while they was doing my kitchen. Seriously, I had to throw them pizza and all. I threw them out my house. They was talking that I like the little girl more than I like the little boy shit. That indirect shit like they was doing in the supermarket. You get what I mean? They was talking that shit. And I threw the motherfuckers out my house. Cops. I have cops knocking on my door trying to get in my house. They need to do the vents. I said, how you need to do the vents? How you on my floor as I'm coming back? You supposed to been done this building. Those are cops. You get what I mean? So they ain't nothing but cops trying to get in my house. I don't trust them. I'm being honest with you. I don't trust them. I'll see them in court. When they take me for my fair hearing in court, then I can sit there and open up my door and say, hey, this is what needs to be done. Other than that, they're not getting in my house. They could try to sit there and say, oh, we're going to do this. I don't give a fuck. You can have that voucher. It's a process anyway, so I ain't worrying about it. You can have that shit. First of all, I checked my mail on the 4th, July 4th. And today's the 10th. So I don't know if it could have came between July 4th and July 10th. And what they're saying is the 22nd, we're not giving you no notice. We're giving you a 2-week notice. Then you ain't giving me no 2-week notice. First of all, like I said, I don't know if it's the cops. I don't know if it's real. They haven't been in my house in 3 years, and all of a sudden they want to show up. Remember what I said about my bathtub? I said the cops did this. Ain't nowhere in hell I'll take a bath one day, and everything's going down perfectly fine. I didn't have no problem, and then the next day I automatically have a problem. It's usually it takes time for a build-up. Remember, my water was going down perfectly, and then the next day, it was completely not going down. So something is wrong with that picture. And I kept saying they need to get in my house, so I'm going to go target the problem myself. I'm going to go get the drain shit, and I'm going to unclog that bitch myself. And my whole allegations was they need to get in my house. So they're going to find another way to get in my house. So what they're doing is they're sending me a paper from NYCHA for my voucher stating that they need to do an inspection. What they need to do an inspection for is what I want to know. They haven't did an inspection in 3 years at my house. I'm being honest, 3 years. The first inspection they did, of course, they had to do an inspection when I first got in there in order for me to move in that bitch. Then after that, I've been here for 3 years. I done signed on 3 times. And guess what? That's just my management, That's the cops working. They can have, like I said, I'm going to let them know, hey, I'm not here. And I'm going to give you a date that I'm going to be here. I see them on my court date. And then they're going to say, hey, we terminating your shit. And I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to request a fair hearing. I need you to take me to court. I don't know who's who. I can't just let nobody in my house because they sit there and give me a fake-ass letter. You know how many times the cops gave me a fake letter? They gave me a fake letter saying my mother lived in my house. So for me to put her on my lease, I said my mother don't live here. A letter that came just like that. We need your mother's information. That's the cops doing that. That's the cops. They gave me a letter saying we need your mother's information. And I called my mother and said, Ma, you don't live here. Who's doing this stuff? So like I said, I'm going to post this to YouTube. It's not, my house is on point. It's not that I don't want to let them in. I don't know who it is. I'm being honest. I don't know if it's the police. I don't know if it's real. So what I'll do is I'll request that fair hearing. I'll have that fair hearing. I'll sit at that table and express myself to these people. And then they can come in my house and do what they need to do. But I'm requesting a fair hearing. So I'm going to let them terminate it. They're going to have to give me, how can I say this? They're going to have to give me notice for termination. And for termination, they're going to have to say, hey, do you like a fair hearing? Or you think we're wrong? And I'm going to elect that fair hearing. With that fair hearing, I'm going to have to sit there and get legal counsel. And like I said, I don't know who is who. I don't know whether it's the cops, whether it's real. Remember, they're making attempts to get in my house. Ain't nothing wrong with my house. All they want to do is check and see if I have bars on my window. Check to see if I have a smoke detector that's working. I can make a video and show it to them. You get what I mean? But they haven't came to my house in 3 years, and all of a sudden they want to come now. Something is wrong. I'm actually waiting for my court date for this complex. I'm waiting for my court date for this complex. I really am. I'm waiting for my court date for this complex. Now, I don't know who's who that's coming in my door because I have cops coming in my door. I have to write all that. I don't know who's who. I don't know who's who coming in my house. They need to get in. I kept saying they need to get in. They need to get in. They need to get in. I don't know who's who. There ain't nothing wrong with my house. Like I said, I have all the bars on my window. All my sockets work. Everything is on point in my house. But it's been 3 years and nobody wanted to step through my door in 3 years. And all of a sudden they want to step through my door. The only reason why they gave me that mail, because I got a July stimulus check. If you notice, when I get a check, it comes with NYCHA. When I get a check, it comes with NYCHA. They gave me $1,400. Why they didn't take it? They took my first one. Why they didn't take my second one? Talk about I owe the military, which is true, but they took 3 checks from me so far. They took all my taxes so far. So how much the fuck do I owe them is what I want to know. So you mean to tell me I don't owe them no more? I don't owe them no more? You mean to tell me they just took the $1,800 and called it quits and called it even? Bullshit. Bullshit. It's been over 7 years. Bullshit.